Hey everybody, go Bears. We lost 41-17, we being University of California at Berkeley, where I got my master's degree in urban planning, and I was on the alumni board from 1998 to 2003 when you include the awards committee of Cal. And it was a game that I was certain, and my friends were certain we were going to win. Primarily because of the prize at stake for us, bowl eligibility. Primarily because we beat USC last year. And primarily because we really believed that we had a Cal football team well coached enough to produce and win. Plus, Chase Garbers was coming back, our starting quarterback. That was the fantasy. The reality unfolded slowly but painfully. It started off with Cal engineering an excellent opening drive to a touchdown. It started off with Cal stopping USC several times on defense. But what changed was that, to its credit, USC made timely adjustments to take advantage of the fact that Cal left star wide receiver for USC, Michael Pittman, single coverage with cornerback close in bump and run position and no safety directly over the top, or no linebacker to chuck Pittman coming off the line of scrimmage and then hand them off to the cornerback. And then Cal would play zone, but they wouldn't play a sliding zone where if a receiver comes in the defender's area, then that defender would ride with that receiver. Now, too often Cal defenders just sort of stood there like, oh yeah, you're in my zone, and I see that you're there, but you're there. If you catch the ball, I'm going to try and stop you, maybe. So when USC's quarterback, Kent Slovis, elected to scramble to avoid getting sacked by a blitz, which wasn't often, we didn't blitz that much, or just evade our pass rush, it broke down the Cal defense. Something terrible. And that's exactly the best way to put it. Michael Pittman's 11 catches for 180 yards, featuring a 45-yard longest catch and one touchdown, came for the most part on plays. These are bigger gains, came for the most part on plays where Slovis was forced out of the pocket or elected to run out of the pocket to avoid the Cal rush. And that put more pressure on a Cal defense that was in a zone and not man for man, so that, say for one example, so that they could keep up with the fast-moving and very athletic Michael Pittman Jr., whose father played in the National Football League for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The signature play that bothered me was USC's first touchdown, where Slovis was forced out and to the right. Pittman was singled up, and the Cal defender assigned to him, in that case was man for man, ran with him on what the defender thought was a post pattern. But when Pittman got in the end zone, he turned back and quite literally stood there to catch a perfect touchdown pass. It was quite embarrassing. And so people would say, well, gee, how did he get that wide open? It was a breakdown. As I said to someone at the game, it wasn't a breakdown. They simply targeted the guy who had, a cornerback, who had no help. He had no help from anybody on a person who's going to be a 2020 NFL draft first-round pick. No help. So you figure if you're not equipped with the horses to keep up with someone like a Michael Pittman Jr., you should blitz, 6, 7 guys, right? Sure. Did Cal do that? Not as often. A couple of times. Not much. Cal had the right idea in bringing cornerbacks up close to blunt and stay with the receivers. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to press like that, make sure you're blitzing. Make sure you're doing something to cause the quarterback to get rid of the ball. Instead, Cal would play standard odd fronts with 2 middle linebackers with 2 bubble areas. They played a number of defensive alignments that put pressure on no one, let alone SC. It was a game that Cal could have won with the right game plan. And that didn't happen. So, yeah, Michael Pittman is definitely an NFL draft first-round pick. He catches balls short, medium, and long. He's athletic. He fights for the ball in traffic. He's fast. He goes low to catch balls. He goes high to catch balls. He is effective. He will be an excellent receiver in the National Football League. No question about it. But Cal, if it had the right defensive approach, it could have lowered his performance just a little bit. That said, he's hard to stop. And I say this, go Bears, on to Stanford. But you know what? I understand Stanford was blown out 49-24, but it doesn't mean that our task is any more easy. It's not. It's the big game, and it's at Stanford. See you later.